What's up guys, Perry from Rockville here, and today I'm going to teach you how to set up your Titan 15-inch powered PA speaker. This is perfect for any live performances, DJ setups, conferences, karaoke, and much more. It has wheels on the bottom and a retractable handle on top so we can bring it to any gig or event. It has handles on the sides and on the top to help us lift the speaker, and it even has a 35mm pull socket on the bottom so we can prop it up to a speaker stand. Just be sure to loosen this knob here on the back before sliding it onto the speaker stand. We can even place it laying down on the floor to act as a stage monitor, and we can even use these included wedges to prop up the speaker when we're using it as a monitor. We can stand it up by itself using the feet on the bottom, or we can stack them up by lining up the feet from the top speaker to the pegs on the bottom speaker. Now you'll notice the AC in and the AC out connections on the back of the speaker. We can use the AC in to connect our power cable, and we can use the AC out to power another speaker as long as it takes PowerCon connections. We can also change the voltage from 110 volts to 220 volts in case you live in a country that uses 220 volts. But since we're based here in the US, we're gonna leave it at 110 volts. So now let's flip the power switch to turn the speaker on. Now real quick, I just want to go through all of the LED lights on the speaker itself. The power light will tell you when the speaker is turned on, the signal light will flash on when it receives the signal from your sound source, and the clip light will come on when the audio is clipping or getting too loud. The Titan 15 also has two combo jacks that we can use for microphone or line level signals. Now to connect a microphone to the Titan 15, I'm going to use an XLR cable. I'm going to take the female end and plug it into my microphone. Then I'm going to take the male end and plug it into one of the channels on my speaker. Today we'll use channel 1. And because the speaker has combo jacks, we can also use a female XLR to 1/4-inch cable to connect our microphone as well. We'll also want to be sure to use the mic line switch on the back of the speaker and push it in for mic mode. Then we'll want to use the level knob here for the channel we're using. So now if I turn on my microphone, you should be able to hear my voice coming out of the speaker. Now for stereo signals like keyboards or MP3 players, we can use both of these inputs at the same time. Just be sure to switch the mic line switches for both channels to line mode. Now next to the volume knobs, you'll notice the EQ control that we can use to adjust the sound of the speaker. We have 4 settings that we can set the speaker to. Normal mode will give you a flat frequency response, which is great for most listening experiences. Indoor mode will boost the low, mid, and high mid frequencies. Outdoor mode will boost the high end frequencies. And speech mode will act as a high pass frequency and a mid-range frequency boost. We also have the option to pair our smartphones or tablet to the speaker using Bluetooth. To do that, you'll want to start by holding down the pairing mode for about 3 seconds. Then we'll want to press it again to pair our devices. After that, we can go into our Bluetooth settings, look for the device named Titan 15, click on it to pair, and you'll know your device is paired when you hear that sound. And we'll also want to raise the Bluetooth level knob so we hear the music coming out of the speaker. So let's hear how the speaker sounds. Woo! Oh man, that sounds so good! The bass is so powerful, nice high end. It's all coming from this one speaker. Oh man, feel the bass right here. That's mighty sound. Now the Titan 15 also has the through mix output that we can use to expand our setup even further with a subwoofer, an additional speaker, etc. The button next to the output gives us the option to switch between through and mix mode. Whenever we use the channel 2 through output, whatever is plugged into channel 2 will be the only thing sent to the next speaker. For example, if I had a mic plugged into channel 2 on my first speaker, that would be the only signal sent to the second speaker while using the channel 2 through output. And when we use the mix out output, everything that is playing through the first speaker will be sent and play out of both speakers. We also have the option to pair 2 Titan 15s together through TWS or true wireless stereo mode. So let me show you that setup next. Alright, so here I have my second Titan 15 that I'm going to connect to my first one through TWS. To start, we're just going to make sure that both speakers are turned off, and also make sure your Bluetooth device isn't paired to either of them. So now we can go ahead and turn both speakers on, and then we're going to want to hold down the pairing button on both speakers. And then we're going to want to press the TWS link button on both speakers. You'll notice they start to flash, and then when they both stay lit, you'll know the 2 speakers are connected together. So then we can go back to our Bluetooth device and pair to the Titan 15. And then we'll want to raise the Bluetooth level knob on both speakers as well. So now let's hear how both speakers sound together. It really keep in mind is that the TWS mode only works with Bluetooth devices. So if I were to plug a microphone into one speaker, it wouldn't come out of the second speaker through TWS mode. But remember, we can use the through mix output to link both speakers together for that kind of setup. So to do that, I'm going to need an XLR cable. I'm going to take the female end and plug that into the through mix output on one speaker. Then I'm going to take the male end and plug it into one of the channels on our second speaker. Again, we'll use channel 1. You'll just want to be sure that the mic line switch for the second speaker is switched to line mode. And then we'll want to raise the channel volume on our second speaker. So now that I have both speakers linked together and my microphone set up to my first speaker, if I turn it on, you should be able to hear my voice coming out of both speakers. We can also expand our setup even further with a passive mixer for the two speakers. Let me show you how to set that up next. Alright, so here I have my passive mixer that I'm going to connect to my two speakers. To do that, I'm going to use two XLR cables. I'm going to take the female ends and plug them into the main output on my mixer. Then I'm going to take the other ends and plug them into one of the channels on my two speakers. For this setup, we'll use channel 1. Remember that both channels on your speaker have to be set to line mode. And remember, because both speakers have combo jacks, we can use either XLR or 1/4" cables to connect to our mixer's output channels. So now we'll connect a microphone to one of the channels on our mixer. So now we can raise the level knob on both speakers. Then we'll want to raise the gain and volume knob on the channel we're using on our mixer. Then we'll raise the main left and right faders on our mixer. So now if I go ahead and turn on my microphone, you should be able to hear my voice coming out of both speakers, letting us know this whole setup has worked. So this is a really great setup for live performances or DJ setups, since we can use the mixer to manipulate the sound coming out of our speakers and connect different microphones and instruments into the mixer as well. So hopefully this showed you guys how easy it is to set up your Titan 15-inch powered PA speakers. But of course, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to our customer support team through phone or email. As always guys, I'm Perry from Rockville, and we'll see you next time.